we worse?
We'll find out.
Is this muted? Good.
At least we'll be able to see it.
Oh, hey! We look fine.
I mean...
It must be an OBS problem.
No. Yeah, look at the bitrate still.
God damn it.
What's going on? Is it our Wi-Fi then? Like...
No.
Because we're plugged in on the other one.
Fuck. I don't know.
Maybe it's just not meant to be.
I'm sorry, friends. I'm sad now. Hello. We're trying our best.
But this time on an iPad. It's so bad.
It's still bad. It says live unstable. Poor
So
network connection. I don't think so.
Is it plugged? Just make sure the blue thing is plugged in the back and it's not trying to go off of Wi-Fi. Although this thing says Ethernet.
Yeah. No, it's definitely there.
Oh, wait, duh. It is on Wi-Fi on our iPad, though,
Yeah.
obviously. That makes sense.
Yeah. But it was saying unstable. It's working now? Listen. All right.
I'm suspicious, though.
I don't trust him. I don't trust that man. I guess we can hang out for a bit. I've got some Thin Mints.
I can't be seen.
We look terrible.
We look so bad. I'm so sorry, everyone. Hey, if you're here in person, it looks great.
Yeah. It's better now? Okay. It says it's unstable. We'll pop out the chat, and I guess we'll stop looking at this because that's just going to make me angry. There's our friend's words big. Oh.
Yeah, that's really good and big.
Let's do big chat. I'm sick of being an old person.
Nice.
All right.
Streaming from a potato.
And now live from a microwave.
Yeah.
Hello.
Microwave stream. Listen, it's perfect. It's just what we needed.
Cozy little microwave times.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I feel like if I Google it, I'll just make myself angry.
But we're here.
We're here. We went to the farmer's market this morning.
We did.
It was
vibes.
Good. Yeah, it was fine.
Vibes.
We got some flowers.
Morgan has a terrible attitude.
I do. My period hasn't started, but it's going to start tonight. I can feel it.
It's no good.
So I have bad attitude.
Boo.
I have bad attitude.
Boo.
Um.
Stop the black cat. That's so funny, babe. Welcome.
No, that's how it feels.
Yeah.
I don't know what Twitch is going through right now.
We know it's not OBS, at least. I don't think it's our connection. She is a snotty bad attitude woman.
I am. I won't apologize.
You can tell that Morgan's in the worst mood of her life when she burps. Because she hates to burp. And she hates when people burp. But she'll just go, ah. And then she'll go. And then you know this thing's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's Twitch.
Look
okay.
at my hair.
Well.
It's Twitch. Did they tweet about it? Have they tweeted an apology to me specifically? Twitch. This is my job.
This just in. Apologize, Twitch.
Twitch. Apologize for your crimes.
Please.
We're going to Hannah's house tonight, which I'm so excited about.
That's true. Oh, okay. All right. I trust you, Seven. I just am frustrated because I feel like I clicked around on other streamers and their shit was loading fine. What
Big game released Friday.
Who? What?
Who?
Which one?
I didn't know there was a new Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
No other games exist.
If it's not Haunted Chocolatier, I don't care.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
Oh, that makes sense. Like ones that were already going. Resident Evil 4 Remake. Hey, that doesn't sound very new.
I'm currently Evil 1.
Yeah. This is Eeper 1.
Think about that.
It's really important.
Yeah. But thank you. I'm just looking you shit, Victoria. We appreciate you. That makes sense. I don't know.
Oh my god, my uterus hurts.
We've been vibrating Morgan's uterus.
Yeah. When y'all start, everyone who has a period, when you start your period, do you feel like if you can kind of shake your uterus around, maybe it'll hurt less? Beeper Evil 1.
Yeah.
We had delicious sandwiches for lunch, though.
We did.
I'm glad everyone's saying yes.
I think it's actually what started them on vibrators.
Oh, I think you're right, actually.
As a
Not
premise.
exactly, but...
No. But I think everybody was like, I think I'd feel better if I was shaking. And then they were like, whoa.
They're like, give me shaken baby syndrome, but
Whoa.
I'm the baby.
Give me shaken reproductive system syndrome.
Yeah, shaken baby maker syndrome.
So sorry.
But I'm
about
happy
that.
about it.
Sorry to everyone who I know for saying that.
It was the cure to hysteria.
We're doing a remake, Pendlas.
Yeah, we're writing it nicer.
We think this will be more fun.
I'm
no,
100
right.
pages into my book. Nothing's happened yet. Which is how it is. Phoebe, let's say, signed into Mom's Audible now, so they're about to be...
Hello, Anna.
Hello.
I'm not about to be anything. I get to make my own decisions
They're about to be listening to books
about whatever
soon.
I want to do. And my wife can't tell me.
No. Hysteria 2.
That's why it's called a hysterectomy, right?
Wondering womb problems.
So true, bestie.
Yeah. I'm wondering when my womb is going to stop giving me problems.
Yeah.
There's a good maintenance phase podcast about it.
Oh, I love maintenance phase. I think we're actually Instagram mutuals with Audrey.
Did you want to show
Aubrey
everyone
Gordon?
about
Oh.
my sister?
Yes.
The real reason for the stream today?
We have pot pie.
Right. If you're unfamiliar with Popeye.
I think it is 7. I wasn't just making shit up. I could be wrong. I'm glad pie is 5. Well, that's good. Hey,
familiar.
hey.
He's here.
This is our boy. He's Smooch. We have Pot Pie. And then his evil twin sister, Pancake.
Pancake's new. She's new, she's evil.
She's got piercings. Oh. Look at her. It's Pot Pie and Pancake. Please.
Pancake is here.
She's here.
We haven't made her little redeemables yet, but they'll be
No.
like...
Time for women's wrongs. We'll do another smooch, because I know that was scary.
Pancake.
Isn't she incredible?
She'll be the jump scare, and I'm also going to do one that's like Pancake insults you
Yeah.
instead of a kiss.
Yeah. Pancake
Also,
makes you feel bad about yourself.
I was like, oh, I like
You
that
see
you
her
made her
eyebrows?
hair like wild and curly. And Bo was like, oh, that's just what happened. It's not on purpose.
Isn't she incredible?
And I love her.
The next one's going to be Goth Pie.
Yeah. Well, Pancake is fun because it's like pot is to pan
Right.
and pie is to cake.
Yeah.
So we did that on purpose.
Pot Pie and Pancake.
But Goth
Yeah,
Pie
it's
is
fun,
not really, doesn't really have anything clever about it.
Goth Pie is just silly. It sounds kind of like
Pancake
pop.
bullies you on your insecurities.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
she's evil and I love her.
She says you're bad at math. Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
And we love that about her.
It's good to have a thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. As you should.
Do 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 do.
Oh my god.
Tell us.
The wallpaper drama.
Oh yeah.
So I lied on the internet. I just posted a TikTok about this, so if you already saw it, I'm so sorry. But I lied on the internet on accident, and I said that we asked a small company what it would be like to get the specific wallpaper that Morgan really liked on the wall that we now did the mural on. And they were like,
I
oh,
saw it on a different influencer's page.
Yes.
And people always ask her where she got it from, and she tagged this small business company.
Yes. And anyway, the small business company were like, oh, it's going to be about $1,200. I thought it was $2,000. I just can't remember anything. So sorry about that. But anyway, I reverse Google image searched the specific like wallpaper, like the print, and found the actual creator, like the illustrator of that art. And they sell it as wallpaper on Spoonflower, which is essentially like Redbubble for like fabrics and wallpaper and things.
It is cool.
It's cool, but this other company is selling that pattern as a wallpaper and not crediting this artist at all. Deeply shady shit. So I'm glad we didn't buy the wallpaper. Also, we weren't going to be able to afford $1,200 for wallpaper. I know. Isn't that very spicy?
A crime.
Literally a crime. Boo. So I reached out to the illustrator and was like, they're Russian, so I don't know. I'm sure in very different time zones, so like, I don't know if they'll ever respond or if they'll see it or whatever. They've got like 14,000 followers. Yeah, super fucked up. But anyway, I was like, hey, have these folks been given permission by you to use this because they're not like crediting you at all. Somebody commented on the TikTok video. They were like, "Oh, there actually are different like copyright laws in Russia," which seems kind of like an odd thing to me that they would comment because like that person should be getting money, regardless.
Yeah, even if they legally don't have to pay them, they should.
Seems kind of fucked up, right? Like, doesn't seem cool.
Well, company also seems like a loose term because, like, when I emailed the person originally to say, like, hey, like, how much would, how do I find out, like, how much a wallpaper would be, they were like, because the prices aren't on their website, you have to email them, which, again, I thought it was a really, really small business.
Right.
So I was like, that makes total sense.
Right.
So I emailed them, and I'm like, it's like 13
Truly,
feet by 10 feet, give or take.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's like $11.65 or something.
Yeah.
Like $1,165. And I was like, okay, we actually decided to paint a mural, so never mind. Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. And then, like, but I knew that, like, wallpaper is more expensive than you think it's gonna be.
Well, because the old kind of wallpaper that was cheap just, like, destroyed your walls.
Yeah.
And people were just like, cool, now my wall's destroyed.
Yeah.
And, like, it was fine, I guess. Or they just, like, never thought about doing
It was,
anything
like, what
else.
they did.
I'll get a water bottle.
Well, mine's right there,
But-
I can't reach it.
Okay.
You're a thief.
How you get so sad?
You thieved it. That was a thieving.
Do you want a hot pad for your little...
Yeah, but nothing will reach. Legality is exactly the same as morality, guys. We
No.
all know that.
Literally. I was like, oh.
Oh my gosh, Anna, I saw your... Oh, the computer scared me. I saw your cute little pictures from where you live. Or from where you were, I guess, rather. It wasn't your house.
Beautiful photos?
Yeah, Anna and Jay's photos.
Yeah.
Anna, New Jersey, some have said.
I do not think you so.
Their full name.
Yeah, I don't think you realize how long this is.
The problem is what I need is a heating pad, but I can, like, climb it. I need a heating snuggly snake.
A heating snuggly snakel. I think that makes perfect sense. Hey. Yes. You deserve a heating snuggly snakel. As we all have one. Come scooch over here, you silly woman.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I know.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
It's too damn bad.
Yeah, you knew what I meant.
A heating
That's
snuggly snakel.
That's what I need.
Classic. You know?
Mom has a heated blanket upstairs, and then Dad was it for her birthday?
I don't
For
know.
something, he also got her little heated gloves you plug into the wall. Because she's always cold.
She has cold little girly disease.
I'm definitely normally hot, but I do feel like when I'm on my period, I'm so cold. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because my body's using all my energy to be cruel to me. So it can't use any energy to keep me warm. I will send you a video when I'm in the shambles. I'm in the shambles right now. Look at me. So we bought a weighted warming microwave thing that was a ghost a couple years ago. I don't know if you know this. The microwave is like not really a clean place, and so it got soup on it. So then it smelled like soup. So I had to get rid of it. Well, because if you put it on like a like a towel,
Oh, like a blood.
it doesn't get as warm.
No, you're doing so good. You're doing great. How can I help you?
Yesterday, I said the smartest thing I've ever said in my life, which is, I don't remember who said the word first, but I said dungarees.
Go ahead.
More like dung of bees. P-U-B-poo.
She said it like it was the most normal thing. That's true. Somebody vibrate this woman's uterus.
P-U-B-poo. That's what I always say.
Dungarees? More like dung of bees.
Yeah.
P-U. That's bee poop. That's what
Mhm.
she said.
No, I said be-poo.
You did say bee poo. Yeah. Well, so P-U.
P-U. Be-poo. No, she's on to something.
I don't think she is, Em.
I am.
I don't think she is.
I think I am.
Hi, Twig. We're doing well.
I took medicine. It hasn't worked yet.
Do you need me to vibrate your uterus harder?
Oh my god.
You got the hot seat on it?
I do have the hot seat. Thank you.
No, you're
We're trying to vibrate my uterus so it won't hurt anymore because my period's starting.
Sometimes you got it. Yeah, Pendless almost has it. P-U-B.
I said dungaree. I'll act it out.
Yeah.
Dungarees? Question mark. More like dung of bees. And then I said P-U, bee poo. P-U, bee poo.
This is why it's impossible to describe to my grandma what we do on the internet. This is an excellent example of why. Hey, this is
I know,
her
that's what I was
upper.
trying to
And yeah,
I
don't think that helps.
No, we can't do it.
oh my so god.
I don't know. Try it next time you're on your period. Just start smacking the shit out of your little stomach.
Squidding.
Kind of helps.
Sometimes you must.
Of course, of course.
As you can see, we're very normal today on iPad stream.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome to the iPad stream. We're normal.
Normal.
We're so normal. I do, Rebecca. That's what I need. I've also been. I was good all day when we were away. I didn't buy anything. I don't think. I bought flowers
And Brussels sprouts.
and Brussels sprouts and honey.
sticks.
And that's it. I didn't buy myself any like treats. I mean, I guess the flowers are a treat, but we buy them every week all summer.
Because we're monsters.
Yeah, well, no, they make me happy. I see they're gone now, so you'll never see them. They're deleted.
Oh, I can bring them.
I also had a dream last night. I forgot.
Oh.
I had a dream last night that I got accepted to some sort of like program.
I do remember that.
I don't know what it was. I don't remember. But I was moving away for a year. I was going to live in like a dorm. And so I wasn't going to see Phoebe for a year. But I was going to have my own room and like 2 roommates. And I, if you don't know this, love moving. Like famously. I love moving so much. When our friends moved here, I get like, you know how some people like drink a coffee? Look at them. And they get super energized? That's me about moving. Christmas morning is moving day to me. I love it.
Moving day is Christmas morning.
Moving day is Christmas morning for Morgan. Anyway, and I got to my new dorm and I'm like putting things away and like unpacking and I'm like, wow, this is so nice. And I met my roommates and one of them was a girl named Callie who went to high school with me, but the other one was a black trans woman who was also a streamer, and her name was Duncan, and it was spelled like Dunkin' Donuts, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, like, do you guys have Dunkin' Donuts where you're from? And she had an accent, but I don't remember where from, and she was like, yeah, duh, that's where I got it from, and I was like, Duncan, I love that for you.
It's cute.
And I don't know who she is, but I hope she's having a great day. She's sponsored by Dunkin'. Isn't it cute?
Good for her.
And she was like, yeah, like, I'm, trans, I'm a streamer, my name's Duncan. And I was like, oh my gosh, do we follow you? I think I follow you. And she was like, oh my god, I think I follow you guys. And she was great, and she was a very nice roommate.
Incredible.
Duncan paid for her transition as long as she chose it as her name.
It's like Subway on Community.
It was really cute. And she's lovely.
Hello, hello.
In my brain. And then I woke up and I was sad. I missed my roommates in my girl apartment.
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
You poor thing.
Very hard for me.
You have to live with someone
Trans
creepy.
privilege is getting to choose cool names like Duncan.
It's a sick ass name, honestly.
Penless, here's the thing. As long as it is an adult who is like, I'll happily sell my name to a corporation, then like...
Kayla, I'm so excited.
Okay. You know?
So excited.
Such a trans autistic mood. What should I name be? IDK was my favorite thing. Okay, that's my name now. Wow, so cool. You shared a dorm room with Duncan. It was nice, and it was, like, set up really nice, where we each had, like, our own room that had its own bathroom, but the, like, living room and kitchen were shared, obviously. And then there was also like a little sunroom, and the three of us little girlies were like, we're gonna turn this into like a little library. And then we were like, how do we make sure we all keep our same books? And then we ordered those little Etsy like from the Library of Morgan like stamps, so we could all stamp our books.
Somebody commented, how much could a wallpaper be, Michael? $2,000? That's my bad.
Obviously. You gotta turn the sunroom into a library. I think the thing is, though, if you did turn a sunroom into a library, would it damage your books? Like being in the heat? Because sunrooms are, like, famously hot.
No.
Yeah.
Not here.
I guess that's probably true.
We technically have basically a sunroom downstairs, and it's cold as shit.
No, but our sunroom doesn't, like, face the sun, actually, which is why we wouldn't call it a sunroom.
Mm.
It's like a shade room. Welcome to the girl library. Yeah, welcome to the girl library. The girls are bought by Duncan, Callie, and Morgan.
Welcome to the girlbrary.
Welcome to the girlbrary.
I'll have a guybrary.
What would you put in your library? You can't read. Oh no! Picture books!
It would just be picture books and audiobooks.
Hey, I'm just making fun of Phoebe. Audiobooks are books.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be ableist on stream. I'm just trying to make fun of my husband.
I made my eyes cry and now I'm back. It's called acting. Comic books.
Car manual.
Here we are. Thank you. I have in the past. I don't have time to do anything.
Phoebe's really into
We already canceled you.
podcasts, and I'm not. So they mostly listen to. I almost said she, but here's why. I was looking outside at the moss, and I was picturing a girl on a swing listening to a podcast. So you and her both love podcasts,
Right.
anyway.
Me and Moss Girl.
You and Moss Girl.
Yeah. Oh my God, Squidding, please.
Yeah, because I'm a Virgo.
I'm also a Virgo.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I would love Trisha Pastas.
Trisha Pastas is actually a great drag name.
Trisha Paytas? I
You
hate
and
her.
fictional Moss Girl, friend of Duncan.
Oh my God.
Moss
Moss Girl.
Girl. Just Phoebe and Moss Girl and me and Duncan. Just a couple
Besties.
of pals.
Just the besties.
I just want someone to draw a little picture of me and Duncan.
Trisha Pastas would never pretend to be Hitler on TikTok. That would be absurd.
Trisha Pastas would never pretend to be anything.
Trisha Pastas is an unproblematic queen.
Loves.
Her father is the inventor of pasta,
Yeah,
and
loves
she
pasta.
manages to still be incredibly kind and considerate.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Penwas! Not Trisha Paytas trying to steal the culture of the Olive Garden employees. Oh my
Or only
God.
the gluten-free girlies.
Oh my God.
You're right.
Variable, I should do that. What I should be listening to is a podcast that is interesting and good and nice for my brain and body.
Oh, I was about to take the
Is it-
iPad
is
and
it-
show them. Can you see the name of the street on this side?
I don't think so.
I don't
On
want
that
to be
side, no.
scary.
I don't think they'll be able to see what the rain is.
I
It's
guess
like
you're
hailing.
right. It is hailing.
It's so much.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's so pretty.
what I have been listening to is the Birth Story podcast.
Everyone say boo.
There's nothing. The woman who runs it is like
It's bouncing off the trees.
a doula who, and I don't think there's anything wrong with doulas at all. This is a
This
pro,
is a pro
doula
doula
stream.
stream.
This girly pop, I'm fairly certain one time made the comment that she's like anti-vaccines.
Oh, and this is the one who used to be married.
Yeah, so and please nobody go be shitty to this woman. It's a lot of hail now. You guys hear that?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, everybody signed the NDA.
It's so pretty.
Can y'all hear it? It's so pretty. Anyway,
I'm gonna go get my pastry.
exactly that.
While you
Yeah,
talk about
smart.
this.
Get your pastry. Oh my God.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, Dad. That's very sweet of you, Dad.
Dad, I'm on my way to get my pastry.
What's happening is that I've been listening to this podcast, this Birth Story podcast. The woman who runs it had the other biological contributor to create her children is a trans woman. And the woman who is in charge of the podcast, oftentimes when referring to her partner, exclusively uses they, them pronouns, despite saying that her partner is a trans woman, which you can absolutely be a trans woman and use they, them pronouns. That's totally cool. But she never uses she, her pronouns for her. And she also, like, when talking about her in the past tense, misgenders her. So the energy's rancid there. Deeply rancid. Not cute. Not cute at all. Bad, bad vibes. So yeah, I don't love that. Exactly. That's the energy. Oh, and they're not together anymore at all. Like, they are, like, separated. They, like, live on the same piece of property. And, like, co-parent. And I'm curious, like, it's very rancid vibes. But it's, from what it sounds like, and not that this makes it okay at all whatsoever, and I would never speak for this trans woman or any other trans person at all, but the only time when referring to this person, she's often talking to people she's only interviewing for the podcast and never going to talk to again. So it's not typically, like, all in the same sentence that she'll be like, my ex-partner who, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad vibes all around. Yeah, I don't know. However, there are a lot of super interesting people who come on there to talk about their birth stories, and it's a lot of them are very, like, crunchy. And so it's a lot of me listening to things like stressed. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting times. Yeah. It turns out there's a lot of people who have a lot of feelings about, and generally speaking when they're talking about this, no, literally. And there are some folks who are like, I don't care what anybody does with their body. And then there's other people, I don't know. Yeah. No, I agree.
You didn't even shut the delivery box.
Yes, I did.
No, it's open.
No, I shut it.
No.
I went outside and I shut it.
It's open right now.
Is it opening itself back up?
I don't think he said.
I shut it.
And then Dad said, I'm going to redeem Share a Little Crime and tell them about the Grubhub driver.
That's not a crime that Dad... Well, the crime is Dad. We can do that. They don't talk that snotty about it, Count Co, which I think is the thing that freaks me out more. It's kind of just like this general, they're like, because, you know, the medical industrial system is really trying to put all this medicine in your body and they hate you. And some of those things are true.
Right. Some of them.
Oh my God, Corky, do you live in Canada? She got arrested, right? Have y'all heard about the doula scam? Because it's very spicy. And again, it's not, I don't know. Anyway, there are a lot of people who are having home births on the podcast. There are a lot of people who have hospital births that are medicated. There are people, like, all different kinds of births are being talked about. And I really have learned a lot, honestly, because birth is completely absurd and strange and unhinged and wild. Oh my God.
Scaly.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, Narmalade, which I love your name, by the way. I'm obsessed with that. But it's like everything that these people are saying is like one step away from me being like, oh, we could not have a conversation in a grocery store that would end well, you know? Exactly, Penles. That's the vibe. That's the vibe very much. And, like, I also feel like if you... Yeah, I don't know. That's what it is. It's okay to have a healthy suspicion. It's not okay to, like, say things to make people scared about taking antidepressants. Yeah, Corky, that's what I read. Stressful. Yes, that's also a problem, Pendles. Yeah, we will talk about it a lot because she inflicted a lot of trauma. Oh my God, hi Lizzie. A lot of trauma on a lot of people, but there was a person in Ontario who, there's at least 50 doulas that they found so far, and like 3 of them are on TikTok, so if you look up like doula scam, she was hiring these doulas and then essentially pretending to be in labor and giving birth for like a long time. And the things that she would list as like reasons, because like your labor will stall if you're having like an unmedicated home birth. If you don't feel safe, like it'll stall for hours and hours and hours. Like your contractions will like get more intense and less intense. Yeah, Doula Brantford. Yeah. Oh my gosh, hello, Pious Eye. Thanks so much. You're too sweet.
Yeah, it's very stressful. I don't want to talk about it on here because
No.
is really
It's
genuinely.
really,
But
really
if you
stressful.
love,
If you love drama and you don't mind hearing about things that would be sad if they did happen but did not actually
person
happen,
lied about them.
and a person just lied about horrible things happening to her, yeah. We won't talk more about it, Corky. That's like I would say one of the less stressful things that she did in terms of some of the things that I've heard. So, like, take that as like that happened is on the lower end, I would say, of very stressful things that happened.
Or that she said happened.
Yes, because none of it actually happened.
Anyway, Grubhub.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, so we ordered food for delivery yesterday, and my dad saw so the person was like dropping off the food, and we have one of those, like, it's not a Ring doorbell, it's like one of those things. Basically
it is. Yeah, it's whatever.
Essentially it's that. I don't know what company it is. The documentary is going to be absurd, Corky, absolutely. But so anyway, there's food was delivered, and the person, because we have this kind of like little like box that's like a little like dry spot because there's not like a good cover on our house to keep things dry. So they like opened it up, put the food in there, and then we're looking at their phone, and then like reached down and picked something up. And what they did was they stole one of our packages. But at first my dad thought, because he's like watching like the recording, and I guess when you're watching the doorbell thing, it doesn't record like if you're live watching it, which is annoying. But so
either that or we haven't figured out how to access it.
There are 2 packages in there. They picked up a small package. My dad thought they were just picking up the food, and he was going to go down there.
Yeah,
like he thought he was at the wrong like address or whatever. But it wasn't that. It was that they stole a package. And so my dad essentially like sprints down the stairs, opens up the door, and is like, "I saw you steal that. Hello." And the person essentially, they had somebody else driving, and so they just like hopped in the car and drove away. So kind of stressful, and also just like super weird behavior.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like, it was literally like,
Dad says I'm just an introvert and didn't want to go out until they left. That's true. Literally a getaway driver.
Yeah, it's just it was weird behavior.
Not fun, not fresh. I think what is super weird about it is that it was something like, it was one of those like pen refill paint thingies. So, like, not anything. It was a very, like, small package. And it is fine. Like, we are privileged enough to be in a position where if somebody steals, like, a small Amazon package, it's, like, not a huge deal. Like, my parents can just order it.
You can also, I think they can appeal it to Amazon, and Amazon will just replace it.
Dad said, but then I had to say, "Excuse me." Yeah. Dad was out there, like, yelling at that person with his scary dad voice.
They ran off.
And they just, like, sprinted down the stairs and just
and like it could have been.
We did report them to Grubhub.
Yeah, we reported them to Grubhub.
Yeah.
We got like, Dad got money back. Like, not a huge deal.
Yeah.
As far as like us.
Yeah.
But like it is like super stressful because it's like,
it's just to me it's just like it's just incredibly risky behavior. So I'm certain that person is like,
they're going through something.
They've got to be going through something. But the other thing that's wild to me is that it can't even be that they're planning on stealing something and then selling it, because the likelihood that there would be something that you could sell, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just, yeah. Oh, you just asked for the tip back, Dad? You didn't report them or anything?
No. You can report them, and then also they gave Dad the $8 back or whatever.
He said I just asked for the tip back. As if he didn't also report them.
No, but it's because I said he got a refund from Grubhub, which makes it seem like he didn't pay for any of the food.
Oh, he's correcting that part of it?
Yeah, I think
got
so.
it.
They didn't refund.
Gotcha,
Right.
Gotcha. But you did, like, report them. I don't know. Just seems, it's definitely like a person was going through something, which is okay.
No, but it is stressful because, like,
Yeah.
when you think about it, like, that person has our address.
That's the scary part, really.
And, like,
is that it feels stressful now.
And I've never worked for Grubhub or anything, so I
Yeah.
don't know if you can, like, save that information or if it, like, maybe won't let you screenshot or I don't know.
Yeah, or if
how
you can, like,
easy it is
make
to
another
read.
account and be
Right.
back on Grubhub. It's not something that was a huge deal, but it was uncomfortable.
It was, yeah.
For sure. I think that's not the other thing that's weird, Rebecca, is that, like, my dad, like, gave them, like, a really good tip, so it seems especially bold for them to have, like...
Yeah, we always tip, especially if it's raining or something, like...
Oh, God, yeah.
Like a nice chunk. Like,
and our
it's
house
not
has
like we're leaving, like,
stairs,
$3.
So we're, like, always tipping really well. Listen, I don't think it's that, but yeah, you're right. That, it is a little bit that. Dads have no concept of danger, and they were... typically socialized not to, and good for them, but
Yeah, he was ready to protect us.
cannot relate.
Luckily, that person wasn't scary. They were just going through something, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was a crime.
Yeah.
A crime was committed outside.
What will be a crime?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if they just, like, were like, oh, like, this seems like a ritzy neighborhood, so, like, fuck these people, I'm gonna steal something? I don't know. Yeah, I thought you did, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I know that you can get, I guess I don't know about Grubhub, but with Uber, if you're not driving alone and someone reports you, they literally, like, ban your driver's license, I think is what it is. So it's not like your car.
Oh, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
thought you were saying, like, they tell the police and you're not allowed to drive anymore. And I was like, that seems...
No. But most people don't tell on
Come
them
in, Dad.
when someone else
I
drives
just-
with Uber.
I think I should. So
Dad wants
Dad-
to talk about his crime.
I wasn't actually.
You have to, yeah, it's
And I'm
weird.
listening to myself on this.
Yeah, that's
13
gonna drive
seconds
you
later.
bonkers.
I wasn't actually running down there to confront them.
Yeah.
I was more like, are you? First of all, I
Forgot
thought
my
they
fry,
were.
never drive again.
I thought they were confused, and that's why they had it open.
Right.
And literally, I'm just looking because I don't want to interact with people.
Right.
That's just not what I'd prefer to do.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to leave, and then it's like, wow, are they confused? And I thought he was looking
For the number.
for like the address, which he probably couldn't see there, and I looked across the street, and then
Yeah.
when he bent back down, I was thinking, oh no. So I'm starting to get up because I'm thinking, oh, they.
I
think
gotta
that-
let them know that they don't have to walk down
I would.
the stairs.
I'm
again.
nervous, right? That they're gonna think that they're at the wrong place, and I don't want to make them waste their energy. Anyway,
Yeah.
and that's when I realized, no, what they brought back up was not the bag they put in there, and then halfway I'm going, wait, and then I'm just confused.
No,
Yeah.
and it's so
and when
like
I get down there,
fast.
I run down there, and I just had socks on, so I take off socks so I could step out in the wet, but I wasn't going down the stairs.
No, my
I
God,
had no desire to.
Dad wasn't like chasing after him.
No.
No, it wasn't
No,
like that.
literally, what I was like, excuse me, and I just see this person. I'm like, excuse, really? You're just gonna take the package? Is
Yeah.
all and they jump in, and they didn't drive. They
Yeah.
drove.
They-
They had a person.
they
sitting
Dad
had
in
a
had a
driver.
getaway driver.
No, they drove.
Oh, they did.
Oh.
The person was sitting in the passenger seat
Oh.
waiting, so I could see the person down on the street in the
That's so
passenger
weird.
seat sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm sure this was like a spur of the moment.
Decision
Dumb-
that
dumb
they
thing.
made.
No, I'm
somebody
sure it
did.
was temptation. Well, and I figured it was probably like some 18-year-old kid who was.
That was
like,
the other thing is that Dad said they were old, right, Dad?
Well, not old,
I mean,
but
yeah.
not 18.
No,
No,
like
I don't
grown.
think they were. Yes.
A
A
right.
getaway passenger.
Thanks,
Well, I
Dad.
hope they
Maybe
do
it
some
was
fun.
Truth or
I hope they
Dare.
do some great painting art with it. I
Yeah.
hope, and maybe
Maybe they'll leave us a little
Yeah.
piece of art when they come back.
I just need to touch up things, and
They
it
got
was
some
going to be
paint pens.
convenient.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine, Dad.
Wow, I didn't know you were pointing this far over.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, that's all we got.
We're struggling
Twitch
today.
is going through something.
Oh shit, really? That's so spicy. They can ban your license and your car's number plate on most delivery apps. Again, not via the government, just on the app.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That makes sense. I'm
Truth or Dare.
confused.
Listen, I didn't say it out loud yesterday, Jim and I, but Truth or Dare was the other thing that I thought.
Really?
Yeah.
That's if they're like 30, you think they're playing Truth or Dare?
I don't know.
Like, I dare you to steal a package off the next doorstep, you see? That's just like so, it's just weird and rude.
There's an episode of House where they're playing Truth or Dare and Wilson has to steal $1.
Okay.
You
I'm
know what I
hearing
mean?
that.
I mean, they are literally on quarantine thinking,
They forget my french fries, send them to jail. I think the other thing that's kind of frustrating to me.
nah, men are like that.
Dad says no law enforcement involved. Oh my god, no.
No.
Oh my
Not
god,
working
no.
out.
First of all, the cops are bastards. Second of all, this person I'm sure is just going through something. But like when a DoorDasher steals your food, which has absolutely happened to us
Yeah.
a couple of times over like the course of like DoorDash becoming something that folks use or Grubhub or other things.
Right.
I don't really give a shit. Like they were probably hungry.
Well, I'm hungry too, so I do get
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
But
and it's frustrating.
and I'll, report that I didn't
and
get
I'm
the
bummed
food.
out about it.
But I think with those, they don't typically get like banned.
I
I'm
don't
sure
think
that's
so.
something that it has to happen multiple times because you could
How
deliver
dare
it to
you
the
commit
wrong
mercy.
address. Like you
Yeah.
could,
Yeah.
the person could have put in the wrong address for delivery. Like there's lots
Yeah.
of
Oh,
things that can
absolutely.
happen when it comes to just that part.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Definitely.
yeah, it's weird behavior.
It's just super weird.
I feel less like stressed out right now, but
Yeah.
yesterday I was like, they're gonna come to our house, they're gonna break in, they're gonna steal all my good plants.
Morgan thought because Dad yelled at them that they were going to come back to our house.
No, even if he hadn't yelled.
And
I
again,
would've
Dad
felt
didn't
that
yell
way.
scary. He just was like, "What's going on?"
I dare you to stress out this kind father.
I was gonna
Now,
say,
Dad's a better
Dad's
person than me because I hate to tell y'all this, and y'all can't tell nobody this.
Sign the NDA.
When it comes to me, and obviously not in our current job because we
That's how I
do
feel
like we
sometimes.
make everything up ourselves. But when I worked at Disney World or when I worked as a server or anything, I would just lie. So I told Dad I would have yelled like, "That's my kid's medicine."
Yeah.
I would have said like, "Are you really gonna steal from like my
My
father
sick
on his
child."
deathbed?" Yeah,
Yeah.
or like I would have just lied.
My brain wouldn't think of that quickly.
You aren't ready for self-preservation.
No. Dad knows what to say next time.
But
It's,
I would
it's
literally-
the years of trauma that have done that to
That's
you.
true. At the restaurant when someone was when someone was mean to me, I'd be like, "Yeah, well, like I'm a little slower these days, just because like I'm actually like trying to get pregnant, and so like I'm trying to."
You're trying to not get Coolsville sucks, but you wouldn't say you were trying to get pregnant. You would say that you were at the
Yeah.
restaurant. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Well, if they were being snotty,
Yeah.
and then I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, like, well, I'm a new mom, so like things really slipped my brain," and they'd be like, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry," and I'd be like, "Thank you."
Morgan says gaslight the bastards.
Yeah.
I'm protected by Bob.
Now,
and Ghost
I
of
would never
Frostbite.
lie to people who are already being
Oh my
nice
god,
to me.
no.
But if somebody's being, or like at Disney World, I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, thank you for being nice." Like,
quirky. You gotta gaslight the bastards.
if
That's only
at Disney
fair.
World, if someone was being mean, I'd be like, "Oh, thank you so much for being so understanding. You would never believe how many people come in here and just yell at me." And it's like, I'm just trying to do my job, so thank you so much for being so understanding. And then they'd change their tune real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd turn up my accent a lot.
Oh
also,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
if I'm trying to garner some sympathy.
Oh my so god. I thought you were just gonna talk about how much you used to steal.
From who?
Disney World.
Oh, just quarters. When I worked at Rock and Roller Coaster.
You could have been fired.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, well,
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Not for that.
No. Morgan wasn't fired at all.
No, literally.
I'm trying to decide. I think I'm denying that.
I think that's fair.
We'll see what happens.
I have done this and will do this to assholes my entire life.
Oh my so
No,
god.
yeah, so at Rock and Roller Coaster, when people sat down and rode the ride, it wasn't because of like the ride, it's because of the way that the seats are made.
Yeah.
Quarters would fall out of their pockets. And so I stole those. My friend, I won't say his name because he still works for the company, but he made $120 in a year doing that.
I love all the mods that are like, I didn't know. Are they saying it's gay to steal from Disney World? So true, bestie. That's
Yeah.
allowed, but let's just hang out for a
It
minute.
was their first message.
I thought it might be, which we'll find out, I guess.
Sometimes you gotta.
You got it. Yeah, Morgan would steal popcorn buckets and
Oh, yeah.
not new ones, like
No.
ones that were like broken. You're literally not supposed to like take things out of the trash can at Disney World. It's nothing. Sorry, Co. There was somebody. None of y'all saw it, but a person just said "gay" as like their first chat in stream, and Automod held it because it was like, are they being snotty?
Yeah, so when you work at guest relations, you're also in charge of lost and found. And I would never steal anything that
Just
couldn't
for
be
cheese.
replaced, but I did steal a couple popcorn buckets. Just Christmas ones. I stole 2.
Well, because the other thing is that if you lose a popcorn bucket and you say that you lost it, Disney will just give you a new
And
one.
then I've stolen a lot of crock gibbets. I have since
Lie to the bastards quickly.
I have since gotten rid of them. But what I wanted was to steal a bunch of like Disney crock gibbets over the years of working there, like finding them on the ground or at Lost and Found or whatever. And then make like a coffee table with them in like resin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never steal like, I don't know, like photos, or if I could take an animatronic, I would.
I think we all would. Tell them about the person at Rock and Roller Coaster
Which person?
trying to steal the thing that wasn't pinned down.
Oh my god, I still quote this man. He's actually a genius.
It's an excellent story.
Because when they stopped him, he was like, all right. So I don't think he's actually that bad of a guy.
No.
Now, is he stupid? Yes. That's fine.
Or a genius.
Or a genius. So this, if you've ever been to Rock and Roller Coaster, it's themed to Aerosmith, who is a band, if you don't know who they are, from a long time ago.
No, they're the things on Crocs.
Yeah, they're the croc, like, charms.
What the fuck is a gibbet?
It starts with a J, I think.
Aaron.
But anyway, so you ride Rock and Roller Coaster. The premise of the roller coaster is like Steven Tyler is like, you're gonna go backstage with us at the Aerosmith concert, but we got to get you there really fast. So you get in a really fast limo, and that's the roller coaster.
Yeah, you're right.
And then at the end, there's a picture of Aerosmith from the day that Rock and Roller Coaster opened in 1994.
Yeah.
And all the members of the band signed it. Yeah, they're these ancient musicians. Anyway.
From the old times.
From the old times. And it's like at the very end as you're exiting the gift shop, there's like a huge picture that they all signed from like the day that it opened. And one day I was like walking through that hallway because you have to a lot, and it was missing, and I was like, oh, someone must have accidentally broken it and they're repairing it, whatever. But it turns out that a guest leaving Rock and Roller Coaster saw it on the wall, and it's like literally like it's a huge long hallway you're going down, so it's not like it's like here's the actual gift shop, huge long empty hallway, exit, and it's right by just the exit part. He picked it up, and then started walking around the park with it and tried to leave the park, And then at the exit, they were like, where'd you get this? And he was like, oh, Rock and Roller Coaster. And they were like, it's not for sale. And he was like, right, but it wasn't pinned down. And then they were like, okay, well, you can't have it. And he was like, all right.
To be fair, absurd that it wasn't pinned down.
No, yes.
He's right.
He's right.
He said, no price tag, must be free. And then he left.
And then he left. And no one else stopped him until he got to the exit of the park.
That's absurd.
It doesn't, Corky. It means they probably paid for it, I think.
Yeah, Corky, they paid.
Similar to how the countries paid for the pavilions.
Now,
not pinned, it's for...
If it's
not pinned, it's for me.
And I will say, if he had a magic band on, they would have been able to track him and also take photos. Like, not track him outside of the park, but, like, the next time he came in, they'd be like, hey, we have photos of you stealing the thing from Aerosmith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, my God. Oh, my son.
The picture's
huge.
Literally, it's huge.
Huge.
It's probably, like, 3 feet this tall,
Yeah.
and maybe, like, 4 or 5 feet this way.
Yeah, ginormous.
Like, it's huge.
Oh, it's in a frame.
It's in a frame. It's
like
in one of those
huge.
frames that, like, you can't just, like, pop a picture in and out of. It's, like, completely glued on.
Oh, Rebecca, absolutely. I would have been like, not my problem. That is outside of my...
yeah, they can replace it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have, like, a copy of it.
Somebody stopped him. Literally was a park exit cast member.
It was security. Well, because somebody in the gift shop noticed,
That's
or...
true, applesauce.
Like, you know, because someone up who gets paid more than me would have known if they were taking it to fix something.
Yeah.
And so when they knew that...
Now, if he
like
tried to leave with it in in like a gray jumpsuit, he probably could have.
That's true.
They went to like the maintenance costumes.
Yeah.
Or a dupe of a maintenance
Get these
costume.
old men back down here.
Oh my so good.
Listen, anyway, so to this day, when we see things anywhere that are clearly not for sale, but we can move them, we'll be like, you can take it. It's not nailed down. It's not pinned down, so you can have it.
Yeah, they're good tips.
Writing these tips down.
Good tips.
It was just so funny.
It does kind of depend on the park, I think. Sometimes they're like dark navy.
Yeah, or what ride you're at.
Yeah.
If he figured out it wasn't... No, it really should... Hello, Megan!
Oh my God, Megan, hello!
If he figured out it wasn't nailed down, he does deserve it.
I'm trying to think.
Why wasn't it pinned more? Like, the
Yeah.
pictures of Figment can't come off the wall.
No.
I've tried. Not because I would steal them, but because I was curious.
People love to touch things at Disney World, famously.
Finders keepers.
Truly.
Literally.
Truly.
It was funny. I was like, honestly, good for him.
Yeah.
And again, the other thing is, I don't think he probably got, like, in trouble, but I don't think he got banned or anything because, like, he, in a fun way.
Oh my God.
Anna.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, have you guys heard about the Epcot ball story? About the little boy? Do you remember this?
Yeah, what did he say?
I remember.
Go ahead.
So it was when Phoebe and I were long distance, so they were visiting me, and we were going to Disney World.
Yes.
And so we're walking into Epcot, and there's like, if I had to guess, I would say he was like 3.5, 4 years old, as he's like coming into Epcot, and the mom, like, you know, he clearly isn't talking, he's kind of quiet, and the mom's like, I don't remember his name, but she's like, David, are you okay? And he's like, his little arms are crossed like this. You know how kids don't really know how to cross their arms yet, so they're just kind of doing this
I remember.
thing?
Yeah.
And he's like... And she was like, are you okay, David? And he was like, I'm mad at that ball. And she was like, why are you mad? And then he essentially told, in his words that took a really long time, he essentially said that as he got closer to the ball, it kept getting bigger. And he didn't think he was going to be able to take it with him.
Yeah.
He wanted to steal the Epcot ball.
Yeah.
And as he got closer to the ball, it was getting bigger, which he found disrespectful.
We love to say I'm mad at that ball.
And so we'll be like, I'm mad at that ball.
Sometimes you gotta be.
It was really cute.
It
Me
was-
too, David.
It was so cute. It was the cutest.
It was really good.
And that child you just invited. Oh
Very
my
rude
God.
to discuss your size with distance.
Listen.
It was just so funny because, like, I just love kids' logic. The other thing that we say often that also came from a kid at Disney World is ice cream with a ring on it.
Yes.
Which I'm sure most of you have heard this story. But we were at Animal Kingdom. We may have actually both been living there at this point. I don't remember.
I think we were.
But we overhear this girl who's like sobbing, and this poor parent who's just trying to help. And through like her sobs, this little girl is like, all I want is ice cream with a ring on it. I want the ice cream with the ring on it. And the mom is like, where did you see ice cream with a ring on it? Like, we can go find it. We can buy it. That's fine. But I don't know what you're talking about. Like, where did you see it? What color was it? What did it look like? Hoping she can, like, obviously ask a cast member.
Yeah.
And then finally the little girl's like, I didn't see it. I made it up. She's, like, sobbing because she invented ice cream with a ring on top.
Yeah.
She invented it, and now she wants it, and it doesn't exist.
She can't have it. She can't have it.
And I was like, that's exactly what it feels like sometimes.
My favorite thing a kid's ever said, this was not in Disney World, but this is when I was working at like a summer camp for theater kids. I was like the stage manager, like technically like the creative director. So we're essentially just like drawing these like lines on mango leaves, and these like teeny tiny little kiddos are helping. It's like the first grade group or something, and there's this little girl named Leah, and she was my favorite. She was so funny. She was so fucking cute. But all the kids are sitting around talking, and they're just chatting, and like we're just like quietly coloring, right? Like I'm not really paying attention. The effect of popular music.
Thank
So
you,
true,
Dad.
Dad. You nailed it. Anyway, they're just like quietly coloring, and these kids are talking, and they're saying like different things that they like want to be when they grow up, and like they can't wait to be grown-ups. And I'm like giggling, obviously, because I'm like 18 at the time, 19 at the time, and I'm like, this is really funny, because they're like, I really want to be 19 so I can be in charge of the country, or like silly shit like that. And this little girl is like, I can't wait until I'm old because I want people to give me baths. And I think what must have happened is she had just gotten to the age where like she was having to take her own baths.
Yeah.
And she just hated it. And so literally all the kids like look at her and they're like, baths? You want to be old so you can take baths? Yeah, literally. I don't know if she has like a grandma who gets baths given to her, and that was a conversation that had happened. But the kids clearly look at her, and they're not going to make fun of her or anything or be mean. But I was like, Leah, I wholeheartedly agree, babe. You're right. That's going to be great.
I saw a TikTok of a mom who has a son who has autism, and like she starts the TikTok and she's like, and I need you to know this video is not going where you think it is. She's like, it's not like that. I'm not one of those moms. And she's like, but like he comes up with like absolutely incredible humor, and he doesn't even realize it. And the one that I remember the most is they went to like some sort of like frozen yogurt place. And I think he was either, like, too young to read what it said, or maybe he just, like, misread it or whatever, but he thought he was getting, like, I guess green apple, and he got, like, pistachio, which, like, is fine ice cream if it's what you're into, but, like...
If you want a green apple, that's really disappointing.
Right. So he took a bite,
pistachio.
and he said, like, well, they managed to do it. They ruined ice cream. like so deadpan.
Oh, my God. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's how some people feel about pistachio ice cream.
Yeah. And she was like, absolute legend.
That's so
You're
funny.
right.
Oh my god.
Started singing, they're ringing their bells. The little kids were asking each other what's that, and one answer with absolute authority. Somebody's kissing!
Oh my god.
The kissing bell. They're ringing it.
Not the kissing bell.
That's so cute.
Oh
this
my
kid has seen
God.
That's so
funny.
cute.
I'm obsessed with that.
Kissing must be announced.
With a bell.
That's so funny.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I used to think, I told Lydia this once, and she was like, I think you were maybe stupid as a kid. I'm sure she doesn't remember it. But...
haven't seen it, Anna.
No, I have not.
I have not,
seen
but
it.
I'm excited.
When I was little, and like, you know when you lay your head down and it's like quiet and you can hear your heartbeat in your ears?
Tell them, Morgan.
Do you remember that?
Yes, tell them.
For years, well past when it should have been allowed, I thought there were little, like, Horton Here's a Who people who lived in my pillow who had a little parade when I was going to sleep. So they'd be like, hell yeah, she's going to sleep. Here's a little Becky parade. And I was like, it's my sleep parade. But it was my own heartbeat.
Happy birthday, Emmy.
And I just never asked anyone about it. So I was like 10, and I was like, like just already there listening to my nighttime parade. And then I was like, I bet this is my heartbeat. And then I was like, damn. I just thought it was like I, all the time, and this is actually just sad because it's really because I didn't trust my parents because, like, we didn't have a good relationship. But I just thought my parents would always deem me not ready to know information. So I just thought they thought I would be scared of the little people who lived in my pillow, so they didn't want to tell me about it yet. And I was like, I'm so smart. I've already figured out about the pillow people.
Oh, my so god.
Don't even worry about it. And then also we passed this like one huge factory on my way to my grandma's house, and I thought they made clouds there. Because, like, you know, like when you pass a factory and they've got, like, smoke coming out? And I was like, that's where they make clouds. And my mom was like, no, God makes clouds. That's just a factory. And I was like, right, the factory where they make clouds. I don't know why you think I'm so stupid. And she was like, okay.
Did she say God makes clouds?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not even true.
I thought my night parade was ghosts moving around in my head.
Brandon! Baby, I'm so sorry. That's so scary. Oh my so god.
And then pull my blankets up over it because I was worried Barney was gonna come up and get me.
No.
I thought that was how he got kids to be on his show.
God, the industrialist cloud maker. Yeah, it also seems bitch. Does she not know about water?
Probably not.
Oh my so god.
So now I will pretend it's
Actually,
a crowd.
Sky Daddy makes clouds, so
God made the factory that makes the clouds, so
that
literally.
I mean, you could say that. That would be fine.
I also, because I grew up in religion, I remember being young enough to be in a car seat, but I was like front facing and looking out the window, and I spent like, honestly, my parents did a lot of things wrong, but God bless them for this because I know it was annoying. When I tell you every single thing we passed as we're going in the car, I'll be like, did God make that? Wow, that's crazy. What about that tree? That's what I thought. Who made that sign? I can't believe it. And I'd be like, this man must have no free time. He's making everything on my drive. Something suspicious there. And my parents every time, just if they didn't know, because they're religious, they would be like, oh, God did it. And I was like, this guy's so busy.
Oh my so god. He's just sprinting ahead of you making fences.
That's how it
Hello,
felt.
Ronan. Oh my so
I think I told this story the other day, but my dad is like a very silly, goofy dad, and so like if we fell on our arm and like it hurt a little bit, he'd be like, oh, we have to cut it off and get you a new one. And we all thought it was like peak comedy. And so that's the kind of humor he has. One time, when my youngest brother was just like understanding the concept of the world around him, my dad was like, oh, look, the moon's following us home. Because, like, you can see the moon, obviously, the whole ride home because you're not actually going that far, even though it feels like it. And he was so scared. He was terrified the moon was following us home.
Not the moon.
Well, and then it's like, what the heck are my parents going to do? There's no clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
They can't be like, just kidding, because here comes the moon every time we go. He was so scared. I'm sure he doesn't remember, but I just remember him crying the whole way home.
Oh my god.
Like, convinced that the moon was chasing us. And I was
Too
like,
soft.
no, it's just so big, it looks like it's moving. And he was like, that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, you're right. It doesn't. Instead of here comes the sun.
Here comes the moon.
Somebody write it in a minor key.
Yes. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my so god. It is some kind of religious object. That's so funny. That makes sense.
The academic way of saying God did it.
Oh my god.
That's what an Aries moon feels like.
Oh my so god. Not
And
the
seeing
moon.
your mortal enemy.
The moon's gonna get us.
Hey, he really gets tired.
I know. Golly. I'm just trying to see what my friends are saying.
I know. I was told the cut off arm thing, and I was like, that is a lie. Mom would never allow it.
Yeah. Same, Monty.
If I don't stop crying, my knees will hurt. Hey, did you guys
He'll
get
cut
told
them
when you
off.
had the hiccups that you
Hold
were
on.
growing?
No. Real quick, two things. One, I was told when I had the hiccups my heart was stopping, and I thought until I was like 20 goddamn years old that my heart stopped every time I hiccuped. It doesn't. It's just your diaphragm, like, contracting.
Trying to fix itself.
Trying to fix itself, but no part of your heart is stopping.
No.
So you don't have to be like, oh my god, I'm going to have a heart attack because I've had the hiccups for too long. So don't worry about that. Moon?
Moon?
What's the pull? True.
So true.
So true. Anyway, the thing that I was gonna say is, I, as a child, I have no idea. I don't know who told me this. I don't know when it happened. I don't know why. I don't know if it was some offhanded comment that was made to an autistic child. But what happened was, someone said, if you sit on the toilet for too long, your butthole will grow over. I don't know why.
I'm sure it was a joke.
I don't know why. It had to have been a joke because your butthole won't grow over if you sit on the toilet for too long. Otherwise, I would have been buttholeless for years. Let's be really clear about that.
Sexy.
Yeah, like it was like I was going to have no butthole. I wouldn't be able to poop anymore. I would just die full of poop if I sat on the toilet. Like an empty piercing. Yes. Exactly.
And then I cried in the Rainforest Cafe.
Oh my god, no. Oh my god. That's so sad. Don't ever drink things through your nose, kids. But anyway, I was terrified. I'd be like, I gotta poop quickly. So I was just like straining all the time, trying to get my poop out as fast as possible so my butthole wouldn't grow over. And honestly, that's a crime.
Wait, tell them about your lightning thoughts.
So this isn't gonna make any sense. You're right, Soggy Cedar. That is actually what happens. Folks who have like ostomy bags, if they don't use their butthole for a long enough time, it kind of like atrophies, similar to a muscle, right?
That makes sense. It like is a muscle, right?
Yeah, but so if you have to get your butthole working again because you don't need an ostomy bag anymore, it's like a whole thing. So sorry about that. Yeah, essentially, you want to die poopless. That's the hope.
You should always be pooping to keep it open.
Yeah. Oh my so god. But the lightning thoughts. So here's what happened. Is that I'm from a place where there's not a lot of thunderstorms. And in Florida, there's a lot of thunderstorms. And this doesn't make any sense. And so I'm sorry. But it is.
I think it's important to preface this with that you still feel this way.
That's true.
This isn't something Phoebe thought when they were little. This is something they think now, but they're afraid to admit.
It's a feeling that I have. Okay? Because we don't know a lot. Okay? We don't know a lot about lightning, all right? Okay? It's so much pie-a-side. All right? So there's that. Look up the science on lightning. There isn't much, okay? So anytime there's a lightning storm that's close, fuckle up. And it really, I don't get as scared here because there's like mountains and other things, but Florida's flat, okay? So at any time, lightning can be happening to you and it can happen to you. I feel like if I think too tall about lightning, if my lightning thoughts get too tall, and it's just tallness, I can't explain it otherwise. I feel like the lightning's gonna reach down, cause like the little.
You think you're opening a portal?
Yes, and touch my. Oh yeah, fuckle up is I think my mom invented it, and it's gonna touch my thoughts, my too tall lightning thoughts, and then it'll make contact, and then it'll shoot down into my brain. And that's how I feel. And I'm scared.
We had been living together.
Okay, but hold on. So if you look up like how does lightning work, they're like, oh, your everything is constantly setting off like electrical currents, and so lightning will like come down, like it'll be in the sky.
It finds it.
And then it makes connection with an electrical current, and then it comes down and zaps you. Okay. And so if my electrical lightning thoughts are too tall, it's gonna get me. It's not even psychic lightning. It's not on purpose.
How do we avoid this?
It would only just kill you. To avoid this, think smaller about lightning. Do not think so tall about the lightning. And that's all I have. I'm so sorry.
We had been living together, and Phoebe was like, are you ever afraid that, like, if you're thinking about lightning too much, it'll hit you? And I was like, no, I've never thought that.
This is illuminating. It's funny. It's not like manifesting, it's like fear-festing. It's bad.
It's beepifesting.
Yes. Zeus, exactly. Think only short thoughts. Grounded thoughts. Don't have lightning thoughts.
To avoid it, have no thoughts at all, honestly.
If possible.
Yeah.
I think that's my most extreme weather thought that I have. Although I used to have this recurring nightmare about tsunamis, because I learned about the tsunami, the earthquake that's going to happen on the Pacific Northwest. We can't talk about it because then I'll get too scared again. Okay? I don't think so, Squidding, not unless the lightning's close. Don't think lightning thought's too tall. You're right, Noah. You're right. But anyway, I had a recurring dream about this huge tsunami, and it was like this giant wave. And like as it would come up, it was like the Halo like opening screen song. So it's like the ding, 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 ding. It was very scary. So that was scary.
I've never thought about the height of my thought.
Listen,
Learning so much.
I'm happy for you. Oh, yeah. I do sometimes think that. It'll just be a passing thought in my head that's like, if ghosts are real, if I think about them too much, they'll sense that I'm thinking about them and then they'll come get me.
I think it's kind of true.
And then I'm like, no, I don't believe in ghosts, so it's fine. Don't worry about it because I don't believe in them, so they'll never know. And then I'm like, they'll know. So.
I've never had an original experience.
Sometimes it's
Quicksand might become a problem in your life.
Okay, well, Morgan did experience quicksand.
One time, I was visiting Phoebe. It was Phoebe's birthday, 2018.
Yeah.
So we had been together right at a year. And I was coming here, and then for Phoebe's birthday, which is September 13th.
Yeah.
Bella
Same as
Swan's
Bella
birthday.
Swan.
And the same as my Apple Watch that I don't have anymore.
And the man who invented Hershey.
Yeah. Phoebe was like, we're going to go to Hannah's family's cabin, which I had never been to, but it's in Washington.
Yeah.
On like a coast.
It's in Puget Sound. I think that's okay to say.
And you know, I went there a lot, like as a
It's
younger
the same
person, so
quicksand.
I'm really excited. Da 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 da. And I was like, okay, cool. And like, we just grew up in different places. So where I'm from, if your family has like land with a cabin on it, it's like you live in like a
I tried
park.
to explain to her that it's like a cozy little woodland type situation. It's like a public beach, but a private beach, but it's like it's all tide pool. Like it's very like it smells like seaweed. Like it is outside in the Pacific Northwest.
So we get there,
on the coast,
and
not a beach.
to be clear, I love the cabin now. It's just that my expectations of what I was picturing in my head were much different. And then also, I'm, like, cranky because, like, you know, the time changed from coming to Florida to here, and, like, everything's different, and, like, you know, it was also hot, and I'm a very cold sleeper, so I was not sleeping well.
That's true, Squiddy.
Anyway, so we have to get up at, like, 6 a.m.
to see the low tide,
first morning
so you
that
can
we're
see all the
there.
little creatures and the anemones.
And, like,
the
so where I'm from, like,
crabs.
low tide and high tide are, like, they're not times of day. They're, like, weeks at a time. And so I'm like, why can't we go in the afternoon? And Phoebe and Hannah are like, no, because by the
The tide
afternoon
will
it'll
be
be high tide.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Because the tide is moved by the moon, and the moon's going to be essentially in the same place tonight. So I don't understand why you guys are lying to me about the
It's
tide.
because it's shallow, because it's an inlet.
Whatever.
But go ahead.
So we wake up at like 6 a.m., and we have to go down 14 flights of stairs to get down to the beach, because it's like a mountain, and then a big drop-off, and then here's the beach.
I took like 8 flights of stairs, but yeah.
Too many. So
It used to just be a ladder on the side of a hill.
we have to go down all these stairs that Hannah's grandparents' neighbors spent a lot of money to build.
And it's cold, and it's
6
6 a.m.
so cold,
It's
and it's
freezing.
6 a.m., and it's Phoebe's
And Morgan's
birthday.
wearing like cute clothes, and I'm like, oh, you want to wear? That's not what you want to wear. You want to wear like high boots and like something comfy and like.
I don't have those things.
No, she only
I'm a
brought
cute
cute
girl.
clothes. Yeah.
So I'm wearing like these like green like olive pants that I really like, and I had to borrow some boots from Hannah's like family's shed. Anyway, and I'm like trying so hard not to be grumpy, but I'm clearly grumpy. And then we're walking down the beach, it's so stinky, and Phoebe's like, do you see these crabs? And I'm like, we have crabs at home where it's not so cold. I'm sure they're the same crabs. I'm sure they look the same, they move the same, they're crabs.
They're different crabs.
And Phoebe and Hannah are having the time of their lives, and I'm so happy for them. And then it happens. And I go to step, and I am pulled into the ground. And I was like, hey, and no one heard me the first time. So I go to take a second step, thinking, like, this must be some weird little spot. And the second step, I get pulled even further. And I am in quicksand pretty quickly, up to my knees.
Yeah.
And I was
And
like...
that's as deep as it's going to take you down, to be clear.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to sink any farther than that. You won't be dying in the quicksand, but you are stuck there until you can get
And
somebody to
there
pull
are
you out.
tears streaming down my face. I'm so grumpy. I'm so upset. And Hannah and Phoebe are just laughing at me because I'm so upset about the quicksand. My pants are ruined. And I'm so upset. And so eventually, after like 8 minutes of Hannah like telling me that I have to take little quick steps to try and get out of it, and it's not helping, Hannah eventually like pulls me out of it. And I'm so mad and so upset. And then I was fine later in the afternoon, and I was like, I'm never going back down to that beach. And since then, I've gone down to the beach every time I go to the cabin, maybe twice.
Yeah.
In the years since
But
then.
you love the cabin.
Yeah.
We now know which parts of the cabin Morgan likes. and
I
which
like the
parts
sit
she's not.
inside, read my book part. I
It's
do
cozy,
not
it's
like to
cutesy.
get up early, go down to the cold beach.
Which was so funny because when we went, I was like, you're not going to like this, but like, it is my birthday and this is like one of my favorite places and I would love for you to experience it. And like, if it was your birthday, I would never ask you to do this, but like, it's my birthday. So like, please.
Hannah angrily saying it's not quicksand.
Oh my God.
Is it in the old vlog? I bet you can find it.
Yeah. I'm
What was
afraid
it?
of manifesting Hannah angrily saying it's not. She's right. It's not really quicksand. It's essentially, it's
Yeah, it
just
has
like,
a different word that Hannah
it's just
uses.
like there's too much water. I don't know. And it's,
They're
this
not-
one's in Washington.
They're not beaches, Squid Ink. They shouldn't call them that, and they don't
It's Dakota.
a lot. But I miss the beach. We're going to my hometown in May, and I think we're gonna spend 2 days at the beach, and Phoebe's just gonna have to be a bitch because I miss the beach so much.
I'll just be in a little umbrella.
Yeah, my little goth husband.
That makes sense. I'm crab. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I remember Jacob's birthday. That was last year. That was when I
Yeah.
hurt my foot.
Yes. Oh my God.
Morgan went back up to play Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't go
Probably, yeah.
down. I
No.
won't do it.
No,
Good
no,
luck.
no. You might have gone down in the afternoon for like a second.
No, but I don't usually. It's just not worth all those stairs.
Yeah, that's fair.
The problem is I can't film it to show you guys because if I did and someone was creepy, they could easily go to Puget Sound and look at like the back end of everyone's houses and find the staircase. It's like very obvious.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it, but just know that Phoebe's lying. I would say I'm exaggerating with 14 flights of stairs, but I do think,
I think it's like 8.
I think
it's
it's
like 8 or
like
9.
10.
It might be.
and it's built like this, like not in a swirly, but like in a square.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the bee was so sad. I completely forgot. Yeah, it did die. That was fucked up.
A minor doxing.
Sometimes you gotta.
The rocks are cool, but calling it a beach,
I went. Listen, it's the coast.
it's not a beach. Yeah,
It's the coast, and we love it.
no.
It's literally my favorite thing. I think the real thing is that, like, my entire life as a child, I would go to... Fucked up. It's a little fucked up. I would go to the beach, which is the coast in Oregon, and it's just, like, some sand, and it's fucking cold, and, like, the wind is blowing sand in your face, and, like, it's never warm, and you're in, like, your little rain boots, and they're like, take off your little shoes and have your feet get wet, and I have autism, and so I'm like, sure, I'll get wet sand in my socks. That sounds fucking terrible. So it's, like, awful, right? And then I'd never been to like a place, a
warm
beach. Well, yeah, I'd never been to a warm beach. But I'm not even talking about that.
Oh.
I mean Hannah's cabin.
Oh.
It's like all tide pool. So there are all these like beds and beds and beds of like alive. What are they called?
Sand dollars?
Sand dollars. They're so cool. Oh my God. They're so cool, and there's all these little like sea stars and these funky little rock crabs.
It's literally always cold at the
It's
beach in Oregon.
it's cold, yeah.
Now, sometimes it'll be warmer than others, obviously.
Sometimes it'll be like 60 degrees with like the sun on you, so you're like, oh, it's a little toasty. Listen, and that's fair, Ronan, but there are actual sand dollars. They have these weird little like teeny tiny bristles. They kind of feel like a kiwi. If you got like a kiwi,
Yeah,
wet.
they have them in the Gulf, too.
Oh my God,
I think they're different, like, versions, but yeah, they're the same
that's
creepy
fair.
little feet.
That's completely fair. But anyway, it's so beautiful. There's like all these.
It's a very
you just,
gray experience.
If you just like go and look like this, well, no, it's super colorful. If you're at the tide pools,
You do have orcas.
there's all these little purple anemones,
No, but
and little green anemones.
the water's not blue.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, because the sky's gray.
Yeah, everything's gray.
Everything's gray, except for the beautiful wildlife. So you could literally just like stand in one place and just watch. There'd be like millions of creatures. There's these like fun.
Morgan,
Little...
if you hate gray beaches, you will hate Ireland. Okay, but are there people with accents?
Yeah, she just wants sexy people with accents.
I really do enjoy looking at like mountains.
The
and,
first
like-
time I went to the warm beach, I was like, this is unhinged. Also, in the Pacific Northwest,
I forgot about
the
this.
Pacific Ocean is a scary, evil woman who will eat you if you stop looking at her. That is what the Pacific
She's
Ocean
those
is.
ghosts in Mario.
The Atlantic Ocean is just like vibing. So like we go to the beach and I'm
This was your second time at the beach, but our first time together.
our first time I think it was my first time at the Gulf. I think I'd been on.
Yeah, you went to some.
So
random
we're in the
beach
Gulf and
Florida.
it's like hot, like literally like bath water. You're like in it and you're like, what the fuck? This is
So
wild.
excited.
Absolutely absurd. And we're talking and I say something about like, oh, never turn your back on the ocean. And
No,
Morgan's like,
it wasn't even that. I was like, can you take a picture of me in the ocean by myself? And Phoebe's like, yeah. And I turned to look at Phoebe as Phoebe's like futzing with my phone. And they're like, don't turn around. And I was like, why are you screaming? And they like clearly like very much safety was the first key for Phoebe because it was not nice.
sorry.
And I was like, what is going on? And they took my picture and they were like, you can't turn your back on the ocean. And I was like, do you think I'm fucking Moana? What do you mean? I can't turn my back on. And they were like, because of the waves. Like, a wave will come and get you. And I was like, I can see every wave that's going to happen in the next 10 minutes right now.
There are sneaker waves. I've been in a sneaker wave. It's fucking scary. And I literally Googled it. I was like, yeah, because of sneaker waves. And Morgan's like, what the fuck is that? And if you look up sneaker waves, they
Phoebe was thinking wave thoughts.
Sorry.
Criminal.
No! But I looked it up and they're like not really a thing there.
Yeah.
Wave thoughts too tall. I'm also realizing maybe it's because it's so flat there. I don't even fucking know. But literally, there's this thing called sneaker waves, and it's like, let's say, like, this is the beach and water line where the tide's at. This is water, and this is, like, the beach. Can you be a mountain for me? Yeah. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, so this is, like, the line, okay? And then this is, like, the dune that you would go up to get over to your car, okay? So a sneaker wave is when there are, like, waves like this, and they go, okay? And then all of a sudden there's one that goes, and it fills out over everything, and you're like, wow, that one's coming kind of fast, and it goes, and it just keeps on coming. And it doesn't usually go, like, all the way up here, right? Like, normally it just, like, and if you're a little kiddo, if you trip, you will fall back, and when it leaves back out, it'll pull you with it. It's scary.
Yeah, we didn't learn about that. I do remember learning super early how to, like, get out of a current. Not get out, I guess, but, like, that you can't swim against a current. You don't have the strength. So you're supposed to just, like, try and float as much as you can and, like, let the current take you where it's gonna take you and then swim to, like, you swim, like, with the current till you can get, like, out of it. And then you go up to the beach and find your family. I did learn that pretty young.
We don't swim where I'm from.
Yeah.
Swim with me.
I think it's because of the directions of waters I'm coming from. West Coast is moving south, opposite on the East Coast. Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah.
It is cold. That's true, yeah.
We learned about whirlpools in school. Yeah, I don't remember learning about whirlpools.
You're good at saying that
What
word.
if the current takes you to the middle of the ocean? I don't know. I was never worried about it. I think that's the thing is, like, looking back at my childhood, I don't think I always had anxiety. I do think I clearly always had depression. But I wasn't worried that it would take me to the middle of the ocean. Because I was like, if it does, I'm a good swimmer. So.
Not me.
Yeah,
I would drown.
Phoebe.
I might drown now.
We can't show it because they're a little kid in a swimsuit, and it wouldn't be right. But watching the home videos of Phoebe trying to take their swim lessons is the funniest thing. Because I don't, like, watching it, you're like, I don't know what baby Phoebe isn't getting. And baby Phoebe
That's
doesn't
the
know what baby
autism.
Phoebe isn't getting.
Yes.
This is the context I want.
It's the opposite of that. The water was repelling me. The water was beeper repellent. It was terrible.
We were taught so much about the ocean because I live on an island.
Here's the other thing. I can't breathe or see in the water. Do y'all know that? How many of y'all wear glasses? If you take them off, you can't fucking see. And at the ripe age of 6
Can you
years
recreate
old...
it? Hang on, I think I can.
At the ripe age of 6 years old... You're not that common. Like, I did need a little nose plug, and they wouldn't give me one. It's stupid swimming lessons.
Here's a recreation of a second of the video that Shelly is taking of, like, what, 6-year-old
That's
Phoebe?
probably 6, yeah.
So imagine I'm in, like, a little one piece that's riding up my hungry butt, okay? And I've got goggles on.
My
and
butt
it's
was
like
hungry.
the teacher being like, Phoebe, jump into the water, into my arms. And baby Phoebe is like, I don't think so, man. That's not looking good for me. And they're like, you can't just stand there, Phoebe. You have to jump into my arms. And Phoebe's like, I don't think so. I don't know. And then they jump in and they're like, you know, they literally look like it's
I look
a
like
vat
I'm in
of
pain
poison.
the whole time, yeah.
And I was like, Phoebe, if you'd stop moving your arms, you'd float.
It's not even about, like, I can't wear my glasses in a pool.
I don't think so, man.
And, like, this amount, just to be completely clear, so, like, the distance from me to the computer screen where I'm reading your comments is probably
Like
like
2 feet.
No, that's not 2 feet. You think this is 1 foot? Probably like 3 feet.
Yeah.
I can't read any of your comments now. And as a child, imagine a child with autism in a loud, dimly lit indoor fucking pool where everything's echoing off of each other and the water's fucking cold and I'm not used to only seeing blobs. And also, these are blobs that I don't know. Who are these blobs?
They're
I
like
can't
18-year-olds who are teaching the smaller kids to swim.
That woman was 58 years old and I hate her. And we just recently watched that video and she actually might have only been 30. But she was an evil old hag. And I'm glad we're all nice here, but I fucking hated her. And the other thing is that people love to be like, tough love, you have to jump in the water. I'm gonna fucking push you in the water. It was awful.
No, I think we'll put our baby in swimming lessons, but it's like the how to not drown swimming lessons.
Yes.
So it's like you teach, at like 6 months old, you start teaching your kid how to like kick their legs and flip over and cry. So that if they fall into the hot tub, which in theory won't happen because we have a bunch of things on top of it and we'll have a gate and stuff. But
Yeah.
just in
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
I think we'll teach them how to kick over.
Yeah.
I don't remember learning how to swim, really.
I'm so happy for you. Because it was a traumatic experience.
Do you think if you
for
had
me.
learned earlier, it would have been less stressful? Like
Ah.
before you knew that you couldn't see because you never had glasses?
No, like I don't think my parents did anything wrong. I think
Oh,
I was,
no, I
think I was
they did. I think they did what
always
they were
gonna
supposed
hate
to
it.
by putting you in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at that point it was too late to think like, shit, we should have done this a little earlier. Yeah, it was terrible.
I remember being in love with my instructor.
I'm obsessed with that for you, Dwayne.
Sounds
Oh my
like a
God.
sensory nightmare.
Oh my God. I hate not being able to breathe or hear or see. So it's not my favorite activity, if I'm being honest.
My parents taught us how to Fred water. How do you Fred water, Victoria?
Like
Tell us.
Fred Meyer's brother, Fred Water.
Fred water. I was like 4 years old and in love with her.
I love that.
My instructor had cool tattoos. I was in love. Yeah, I didn't have an instructor. It was my dad. But our neighbor had a pool. I remember the first time that he like just kind of threw me in, and my mom like screamed because she didn't know that I could already swim. And I was small enough that I knew I wasn't really supposed to swim without my little floaty arms, my little swimmer's arms. But we had been working on it as a team, me and my dad, and he was like, I can't wait to scare your mom. So she came over to our neighbor's pool, whose name I don't remember, and he was like, Virginia, watch this. And he just picks me up, and I'm a unit, I'm a ball, and he just tosses me into the deep end. And I remember her screaming, and then me coming up and being like, I can literally swim, so I don't know why you're screaming. And I'm sure I wasn't swimming good, but I thought it was the funniest thing. In retrospect, maybe she did know and she was just acting, because it seemed really dramatic. I don't know, but I thought it was...
That's kind of what she's like.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
thought it was funny at the time.
Yeah.
Such a dad thing to do.
My grandma tried to teach me how to swim as a kid, and she actually was really good. I think if I had been like getting swim lessons from my grandma for like a year, I would have been fine. But the other thing is that when my grandma was helping me swim, it was like, you can trust
Be
that
a ball.
my hands will be here and that you can, because I literally just couldn't relax. Like
Yeah.
they tried to tell me to float, and I'd be like, like literally.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because to teach a kid to float,
You have to tell them like relax.
Yeah, they have to relax.
Put your whole
I'd never understood it, but they just told me I was heavier when I was tense. And they'd be like, think about how...
I think it's because you're making your ass tense and it just your
Yeah, it
heaviness
sinks.
pulls you down to the bottom.
Trust fall the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I definitely floated like with a little floaty underneath me first, and then they'd be like, "Did you know you could do this without the floaty also?" And I'd be like, "No fucking way!" And they'd be like, "Watch," and I'd be like, "That's crazy. I didn't know I could do this."
Mm-mm.
Like the average 6-year-old needs to worry about the perils of space. I
Literally.
used to have nightmares about suffocating in space.
No, me too. I saw that one episode of the Magic School Bus where Arnold takes off his little thing. Arnold, he takes off his little astronaut hat for 1 second, and his whole head freezes, and they gotta shove it back on him really quick, otherwise he'd be dead. I thought he died, but he doesn't. He's okay. Sorry,
My mom-
spoilers for Magic
My
School
mom
Bus.
was like, "We're chunky people. Just relax and let the chunk buoy you." Exactly.
That's nice.
That's what it is.
It was scary.
Where I pretended I couldn't swim for flirting reasons. Good for you, Potato.
Oh my god. When I was in elementary school, we had a very cool gym teacher, Mr. Gehrig. Sorry for doxing you, Mr. Gehrig. and he had us all do like a skateboarding thing. And I remember all the girls in my class in the 3rd grade thinking that I was pretending to be bad at skateboarding so I could get more time with him because he was very handsome and had like a hole where a lip ring used to be. And he was like very sexy and cool. He kind of had like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo vibes. But constantly they'd be like, he was just pretending to be bad at skateboarding. No, I was just that uncoordinated, truthfully. But anyway, 3 different kids broke their legs, so we weren't allowed to do skateboarding anymore. Just in the whole like 400 person school, not like my class.
Anna, when did you have to do a test where you had to jump in the pool with your pajamas on?
PJamies?
Yeah, why did you have to jump in your gym jams? Were you at boarding school in the UK?
I love that y'all spell it pajamas.
Yeah.
Pajamas.
Hello. This time with my milk and 2 shortbread biscuits.
Hell yeah.
Oh, biscuits? Now that makes sense why you're drinking milk. If you're not from the United States.
Yeah, shortbread biscuit is a cookie.
Pajama. Yeah, pajama looks right.
Pajama.
Pajama.
Accident safety. They used to make us tip over a canoe. Did you guys
Accident
do that?
safety? No.
You're so safey right now.
I am not safety. Pajama.
Pajama.
They do the same thing with kids in coats. Now, not to be a bitch, but how much do they have pools in the UK? I assumed it was like always too cold. There's no pool at Buckingham Palace that I've seen.
You gotta be able to swim in your clothes, Seven says.
We did it
Jeans?
for boat safety.
Jeans! Don't make my jeans wet! Did you gotta bring separate jeans? Oh my
There's
god.
no way.
That's terrible. Yeah, they put us in like a
Boat
canoe
safety.
and they had us tilt over the canoe and then try to swim out. And every single fucking... I said, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna throw myself into the ocean. I hate this. I wouldn't really because I don't want to be
High
wet.
school boys had to swim naked? No, thank you. That just seems dangerous for a lot of reasons. So you can
You're
escape a
perfect, Seven,
vessel.
baby.
Oh, because you have to take the boat to high school
Jeans
in
is
the
a
UK?
crime. No, they had us do it too. In a boat.
That's crazy.
You tip over the boat, and then they say, everybody try to swim out. And they said, you won't get stuck underneath it. And I literally did it. Smacked my fucking hip so hard I had a bruise for like weeks. It was terrible.
They should have separate tests for the autistic kids. So you didn't get a little bruise.
I know, but you're right. I just should have been in the class with the other kids.
Tell them about your swim class. tell them about which swim class you were in. Go ahead, baby. Tell them.
There was like, and it's nothing, it's great that they had this as an option. But there was essentially like the red class, which was kids who needed a lot of help swimming. Who genuinely, typically they had some kind of like developmental thing going on or some other like accessibility need. And then there was right above the red class, which was the blue class, which was me and like 2 other kids who probably should have just been in the red class in terms of how bad we were at swimming. And then there was orange, which is the kids who could like jump off the high dive and be fine. And then there was like green and purple who could like do flips off the high dive. And we're all like 10 years old, and I'm like, I fucking hate this game.
We had to take a bag of wet PJs in the car for an hour and a half. Now, was this for school? Or is
That
it something
sounds
your parents make you do?
They said it's school. Everybody said
And
it's
the US
school.
Swim program lessons for kids have these survival tests where they literally push kids into a pool with clothes on to make sure they can orient themselves.
That's
I mean, that
wild.
is what they do with the baby class. They start them in swimsuits, then I think they switch into pajamas. But they're literally like 1, maybe less than that.
Darling citizen, I'm so sorry. In front of your classmates or just by yourself?
But I got one-on-one lessons.
I would literally need that.
They don't let you on school trips unless you've done it. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm sorry it was not fun, but that does make sense. That would make me feel better as a parent.
Do you go on school trips where there's a bunch of water next to you?
Maybe.
What rivers are you going
The
next
River
to?
Thames. It's spelled like Thames, though, because they're trying to trick you.
I think it's Thames.
Whose side are you on?
Ah, hey.
I didn't know you were a red coat. I didn't know you were a supporter of Old Union Jack, as they say.
I'm sorry about that.
In case the aquarium goes crazy.
I guess.
Because I was bad at swimming because I was afraid of the deep end. I couldn't be in the color equipment with the babies, and I was like, okay, then put me in that group.
Oh my so god.
The UK is in fact an island. Right.
Oh my god.
I don't live anywhere near London. And it's a big river. I thought it went across the whole thing.
Yeah, is it not all just next to the Thames?
Pull up a picture again.
Okay.
And then we have to go get ready to go to Hannah's house.
The river Thames.
Thames.
Thames. Where? Please. He's pretty squiggly.
Yeah, see how far? It's big long.
Oh, I do think he is big long, but I think that's literally just...
Hey, see? Hey. This goes Southend, Slough, Reading, Oxford, Kemble.
Southend, London, Slough, Reading, Oxford,
Is it
Kemble.
Slough? They do weird stuff with the end of the
Slug.
It's probably not Slug.
Right, you
It's
just
probably
go past
Slug.
old Slug and Reading.
I'm going to becoming Paul
Slog?
Revere.
Slog?
Reading?
Slog?
Reading. Is it Reading?
Slog?
I was like, Reading's not on here. You guys can't read?
Slog?
Hey,
Slough?
whose side are you guys on?
Hey, bunch of redcoats in this stream.
Bunch of loyalists in this stream.
Slow.
Like slow but long. Slough.
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 Slough. Reading is in
Slough.
California.
Slough.
I want y'all to do the train announcements. Coming up next, we got Kimball. After that, you'll be in Oxford. Hi ho, time for tea. Pip pip, looks like rain.
Oh, my son.
Anna and Jay, that's 5 more times than I've seen it. But I have seen the Mississippi River probably like 100 times.
Oh, I don't know.
But the Mississippi River is huge. Google how many miles it is. Oh, it's not going to tell us. Google how many meters it is. How many meters is the River
You
Thames?
think they've not measured it in miles also?
I don't know.
Oh my so god.
They don't have a lot of time over there.
I think it's tut-tut it looks like rain. I've seen Winnie the Pooh.
The Mississippi is so big.
How many miles is the river? River Thames.
The River TJ.
Thames.
215 miles. Okay, Google the Mississippi River. It's more than that. Thousands, I think. Whoa!
It's 2,000.
2,340 miles.
Holy shit.
That's like
Yeah.
100 times longer.
It is 100 times longer.
Sorry about that, Anna and Jay. I misspoke. I thought all
Sorry,
rivers
your
were
river
that big.
fucking sucks, Brits. Sorry.
USA. That's too many.
Fucking sorry about it. What are you gonna do?
That's a lot of miles of river.
That's so good.
Mississippi River facts.
Big river energy, not the river measuring contest. Oh my!
I'm sure it is because of all the smog.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's
Makes a
no
lot of
place
sense.
like London. I would say I've learned the most about London from the film Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. Well, it's a documentary.
Right. You are young. Life has been kind to you. You will learn. They say a lot of strange stuff in Sweeney Todd. Which are, it turns out, things people don't say anymore. I don't think either. What does the crazy boppy woman say? It's in the same line where she says split me muff, but she says something about money that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, she does. In my brain, and this is, I'm so sorry. We started, I don't know what the line is that she says, but in my brain what she says is, split me muff, it's only $1. But it's because one time I was trying to remember what she says as that line.
Right, that's what she says to us.
Yeah.
Only $1.
I don't think so.
She probably doesn't say dollar.
I don't think she says $1.
Who measured the river? You got a good point, not so binary art.
They can't measure from the sky?
They don't have... Can they?
With...
No, it's really squiggly. Can they measure with the squiggles?
How are you doing? Oh, no.
How do they measure with the squiggles?
I don't know how they measure the squiggles. What was the name I came up with yesterday?
That you invented?
Yeah, it was,
What was it? It was with the Y.
it was like Yambombali Scrombert.
Scrimble.
Yo, Young Bobbly Scrimble.
It was a British name.
I think that was what it was. Well, there is hail. I see it.
Yeah. They also eat people. Do they not eat people in London? I've seen the documentary.
Is that not what the meat pies are? Is that not a part
I
of
think
their
the
culture?
funniest part of Sweeney Todd is when I saw it as a young person, I was like, obviously a British person wrote this. And then I was like, what? He got it so right. And it turns out, what do I know? Nothing.
Is he not British?
No, he's American.
Who?
Sweeney Todd. Stephen Sondheim.
Oh.
He died.
He is
Rip.
dead.
Plane plus camera.
Young Bobbly Scrimble.
Shepherd pie made from the shepherd. What flavor meat would you want to be made into? Garlic. Garlic and Presley. Elvis Presley's daughter.
Sorry, Young Bobbly. Oh my so god.
On our homegrown English.
And we love it.
And I'm happy for them.
Oh my so
I
god.
can't believe how the hail's back.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy. Should we be done streaming?
Yeah, because we got to pack.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we do that, I'm sure the hail will be done though.
Yeah.
Son was
Okay.
American, but Andrew Lloyd Webber is British. And yet, who wrote the documentary? I didn't know Andrew Lloyd Webber was British. Thinking back on my thoughts.
Oh, the famous writer of Bad Cinderella?
Oh, you know what? I think it goes, I am bad Cinderella, there's a king and a queen. The flag kind of looks like a little cross.
Jesus.
We gave the Americans a lady on an island, and she holds the flame and some applesauce.
That was France.
Yeah, it's on the same place. I think. Where's Paris?
It's an island.
Yeah. No, it's not. Paris?
France.
I don't think so. It's right next to Italy, the boot.
No.
Yeah, they're right next to each other.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Paris is the capital of Europe, after all.
Oh.
That's just how we say goodbye now.
Oh
Ha!
no. Oh
No,
no.
the United Kingdom is an
It's
island.
a peninsula. It's not even.
It's not really close to Switzerland. They are not talking enough about that. I knew Italy was right there, and I knew Spain was right there. Okay, 7's actually really close to Paris. Look, there's the bottom of the United Kingdom.
Okay. No,
That's
that's
just
just France.
No, but this one.
Oh, DC one. Sorry.
Paris is an island, confirmed.
Sorry, Paris. I thought you were an island. Why do you say Paris when you mean France so much?
I don't think there's any other places in France. Look at all those. Those aren't cities. Those are just squiggles.
Your words are silly today.
Yeah, well now I've got the medicine working in my head.
Okay, well that's good.
I spelled great. You can take a train from London to France. Well, yeah, I assumed it just went over 7, famously close to Paris.
Just Seven's house.
I think what's so funny, the funniest thing about when we talk about geography with our friends from the UK is that they'll be like, no, it's like 5 hours from me. I'm nowhere near London. And I'll be like, do you understand that I've driven 5 hours twice in one day?
And been in the same state the whole
And been
time.
in the same state the whole time? England? No, it's just 7's house.
So true. Okay, we have to be done, friends.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really funny though, Monty. That was rude of your sister, but that's very funny. Okay, I have to pee.
That is fun.
Head
Okay.
medicine, head medicine.
5 hours isn't even San Francisco to LA.
Okay,
Literally.
I love you.
I'm not.
I have
I
to go
won't
pee
sing the
now,
goodbye
everyone.
song. I do have to go. But I love you. Sorry this stream was so weird and chaotic. Hopefully it'll be fixed by Tuesday. We'll find out. Goodbye.